Happy Wednesday, kindergarten. It's so good to see you guys again today. I hope you had fun getting to do the last video project, the first part of this 2-video step. So last time you were instructed to go around your house and to find all the different textures using a crayon and a piece of paper. And I got some emails from some of you showing me your fabulous textures. That is so cool. I'm really proud of you guys, and I'm glad that you had fun getting to do that again. But today we're going to get to do the step 2 to that. Okay, now we're going to be going around and finding textures again, but this time, just like we did in the art room before, is you are going to need to find a white crayon. Okay, and we're going to go around and find our textures with the white crayon on our white paper. Okay, so go look through your crayon box. Try to find a white crayon. Now, if you can't find one that's broken, like Miss B's here, or that's not small, you can ask your permission from your parents if you can break one of the white crayons so that you have a smaller piece. Because remember, when you're rubbing with the crayon, it's easier if it's a smaller little piece of crayon versus a big, long crayon. Okay, so find a white crayon and your piece of paper, and you are gonna go find textures all over your house. Now, if you get confused on which side has your textures, what you can do is you can write your name on one side of the paper, just like Miss B did here. Write your name on one side of the paper, and you'll know that that's the side that you don't want textures on. So you put that side against whatever it is that you're trying to find the texture of. Okay, so make sure that you fill up as much of your paper as you can with textures from around your house with the white crayon. Okay, ready, set, go. All right, so I have my paper here that is full of different textures that I found from around my workstation. You went around the house to find them, which was great. Okay, now see, here's my name. There's no textures back here. My textures are all on the front here, even though you may not be able to see them very well. The second step for our project today is going to be finding a dark colored crayon. Okay, that can be black, it can be purple, it can be dark blue, it could be, I guess a dark red will be all right. You could do gray or brown. Okay, you're going to want to find a dark colored crayon. And we are going to be drawing our Paul Klee cats. Now remember, Paul Klee, he liked balance. Okay, so when we draw our cat, we're going to draw it in the middle of our page with the same type of things on each side, so it's symmetrical. So when you look at it, it does not look like one side is too heavy. All right, so the first step, actually before Miss B begins, remember that if you get behind, okay, that you can pause the video and play it and rewind it as many times as you need to. So the first step is doing a circle in the middle to be the head of our cat. Second, we're going to draw a line from the bottom of that circle to the bottom corner, and then the same on the other side. That is the body of our cat. Second, we're going to do 2 triangles, or third, 2 triangles for ears. Following that, we're going to draw a line from the bottom of our cat's head straight down to the bottom of the page. Inside of our cat's face, we are going to draw an upside down triangle. This is going to be our nose. Upside down triangle. On the bottom of that triangle, we're going to draw a line that goes diagonal down to the bottom of the cat's face, like this. Next step, we are going to draw a line from the top of the cat's head straight down to the nose. And now add 2 squares for eyes. You will see that Miss B's cat is not very small. If you try to draw very small, it's going to be harder for you to draw these details in. inside of the squares, we are going to make a kite shape. Okay, now just try your very best. If you don't know how to make a kite shape, that's all right. You can make any other shape inside the eyes there, but it's to show that there's two different parts in the eye. We have the white of the eye and then the dark part of the eye. Okay, up in the ears, we're going to create a U shape inside of our ears. Down on the bottom of our page here, we are going to draw the collar for our cat. On the right side of the cat's body, you can choose to put one line somewhere. It could be anywhere inside of this part, just one line. But in the other side, the left side of the cat, we're going to draw two lines, like this. Do you see how this has more shapes on the left side of the cat versus this side, but it still looks balanced? That is because these are larger shapes, but fewer. This side has smaller shapes, but more. So it balances it out. Our final step here is going to be, or actually two final steps. We need to give it whiskers. 1, 2, 3 whiskers. 1, 2, 3 whiskers. And then finally, you're going to decorate inside of the collar. Okay, you can do any kind of line that you would like. Miss B is just doing zigzag. Now, we used crayon for this because we are going to be getting to create our own paint using water and markers. Now, we learned in class that if water touches something that's made of wax, like our crayon, they don't like each other. They pull away from each other. Okay, so when we start to paint on top of our cat and our textures, we will see the wax starts to show, it starts to move away. All right, so Miss B's gonna put her crayons away here back into her box because we don't need our crayons anymore. What you'll need to go and find now are your markers. Miss B's using Crayola markers. You don't want to use a permanent marker. Remember, friends, we've used permanent markers before. Don't use permanent marker. It will not move when you put water with it. Crayola markers or anything like a Crayola marker will work just fine. All right, so what you're gonna see happen here is Miss B is going to take some colors and I'm gonna start adding color to my cat. Now remember, we are not going to have the same two colors touching. So that means if I put red up here in this part of the ear, I cannot put red right next to it there. So if I take my water and I start to move that red around, you will see that it will begin to separate itself from the wax. Now Miss B is going to keep adding color and I'm going to zoom through that and you can watch and see how that all turns out. Do you see all of my textures starting to show up? Some of my favorite textures are right here where I did the top of my pencil box. You can see they make little circles. I hope you enjoyed getting to find your textures once you colored it over with the marker and the water. Make sure you send me some pictures or email me or post them onto Seesaw so I can see how your Paul Clay cats turned out. Thanks for joining me today, kindergarten. I had a great time getting to create our Paul Clay cats together. I hope that you have lots of fun doing this and that you see lots of really cool textures. I hope you have a really great rest of your week and we'll see you on Monday. Bye guys, love you and miss you.